Hello everybody, welcome back to the 99 ATAR Blueprint. So today I'm going to be talking about burnout and time management. Burnout hitting particularly close to home because I've just finished exams and I just have a lot to say about it. But I'm going to start with time management. So managing your extracurriculars, school, leadership, it's just a really overwhelming experience in year 12. So finding strategies to improve your time management will really help reduce burnout. So, number one, prioritizing your tasks, which you've probably heard a lot, but this is my take on it. Setting deadlines is so important because even if it's non-study related, like I got a university offer and I didn't know how to accept it. And I was encountering all these challenges, which is why you procrastinate, which is why your time management is bad, is because you're encountering all these challenges and kind of giving up. And that's what I did a lot. But when you set the deadline, you you want to overcome these challenges so you can meet that deadline. So I set it for 12 p.m. It was 11:30 and I was searching through my emails trying to overcome the barrier of not finding my ID, my Curtin University ID. And then I finally found it and I was like, oh my god, I finished it and I was just crossed off my list. So setting deadlines, super important. And it kind of helps you gauge, okay, this takes the longest, this doesn't take as long. You know what I mean? Also, deciding in school what you will study when you get home. So when you're in school, you feel more on edge because you might be behind in a math exercise in math and you're like, wow, everyone's 2 exercises ahead of me. I have so much to do. Write it down. Write that stuff down in your classes so that when you get home, you know what you have to do. Especially for me, when I'm doing the long commute, the hour-long commute by public transport, and I reach home, I'm so tired and I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill on my bed, watch Netflix. But if I know what I have to do, I'll get home, take a break for half an hour, but then I'll be like, okay, I need to knock out all these tasks and then I can do whatever I want. So yeah, write down what you need to do when you're in school because that gives you a way better idea of what's your priority, what's more important. Also, balancing extracurriculars and leadership is pretty tough for a lot of my friends and me too. For leadership roles especially, you need to delegate tasks because you perfectionists, high performers, they usually want to do everything themselves because I don't know, it's just hard to relinquish control. But with my school especially, in my area of leadership, we had a team from year 7 to 12 and they would really help us with all the initiatives and delegating stuff to everybody so you don't have to take full responsibility for everything if something goes wrong. Obviously, that's not the point, but what I'm saying is that you already have enough to deal with. You don't need all the extra pressure to be on you. So, delegating tasks, super important. Oh, also, they need the experience. The people who are in your leadership area, if you do have a team, they want to do stuff. They need the experience. It's a win-win situation. They get the experience and you get less pressure put on you. Limiting multitasking is super important too. I keep on saying super important. Limiting multitasking is crucial too because you can do things like cook easily, multitasking between, I don't know, mixing vegetables and making noodles. We can do that, no problem. But using your brain and multitasking, for example, sitting in front of the TV watching The Big Bang Theory or rewatching your favorite show and doing really thought-oriented subjects like math is so bad. And it's so bad for your attention span, which I will get to in another episode. Do not multitask like I did for a lot of year 11. Sitting on the couch, watching The Big Bang Theory or Friends or The Nanny, one of those great sitcoms, and studying at the same time. Such a bad idea. When you rest, rest fully. And when you're studying, study in deep focus because otherwise not going to get anywhere, not going to get much done. You're going to feel like you haven't accomplished anything. It's a terrible feeling. Anyway, okay. Going on to burnout, which is something I'm so ready to get into because people don't talk about it enough. Because there's like stigma and there's a lot of shame surrounding burnout, especially for high performers, because some people feel like it makes them lazy or not disciplined when they experience burnout, but it happens too often for you to be lazy. Because for me, this year it's happened like 20 times. It can last a few hours, a few days, a week, but it happens all the time. And the important thing for burnout is to recognize the signs early, to not try to ignore it because it's an inconvenient time for it to happen, like during exam season, because that's what's going to make you do really ineffective studying compared to your usual high performance self. So, breaking the cycle, starting a positive domino is key to breaking burnout. So, I saw this thing on TikTok where think of a bad day. So you wake up and you, I don't know, trip out of bed because you woken up late, and then you don't have time to have breakfast, you're hungry, and then you leave the house because you're late and you forget something like your iPad, and then you're late for the bus and you get to school late, and just nothing is going well for you because of this negative domino effect. So you need to flip that around, make it a positive domino effect, like doing something other than brain rot, like scrolling on Instagram. Do something other than that. Like, I don't know, walking is really helpful for me because I'm in Australia where we've got beautiful blue skies, sunny days. But for you, it might be something different, like a workout. I don't know if you're into dancing or singing. So, yeah, just do something to break the cycle of burnout, because burnout is happening because you're exhausted and you just need something to take your mind off studying. And trust me, brain rot is not the way to do it. Scrolling on Instagram is going to have the opposite effect that you need. That is what you feel like doing, but what you actually need is to do something completely off screens. Also, take time to appreciate your small wins and take time to celebrate when you do get a good grade, because self criticism when you get a bad grade is really damning for your self esteem. So take the time to appreciate yourself when you do get a good grade. Give yourself the credit, because when you feel that genuine happiness, that's when you want to keep doing well. But if you just feel kind of bad when you don't perform as well as you thought you could, that's just going to have a really negative association with getting marks back and studying and all that stuff. Yeah, so quick recap: prioritize, write what you need to accomplish in school, maybe the end of the period, and start a positive domino effect when you're burnt out. Yeah. Also, do not quit your extracurriculars just because you're starting year 12. Quit the ones that don't do anything for your life. But if you have all this free time, you're going to feel like you have all this free time, and you're going to go on Netflix and you're not going to do very productive stuff with all that free time. So don't quit all your extracurriculars. Keep some of them. Yeah, that's pretty much all. But thanks so much for watching. Please, I would love questions, feedback for future episodes, and if you haven't already, please follow me and we can go on this ATAR journey together. Thanks so much. Bye.